Welcome back to Aspire Technologies, and today we are talking decision making, Python if statements. This is very crucial topic. Why? Because each and every day we are constantly making decisions, whether we know it or we don't know it. We are making decisions on what to wear and what not, what to eat, what to study and what not to study. We are constantly making decisions each and every day. Let's just make a little pause and say, subscribe to this channel, like this video, share with it to friends who are just like you, who may want to get started with programming, but they don't know how to. And this channel, remember, is also providing you with tutorials on video production and graphic designing. So you can share this channel to other friends because they may be interested in one or two of the things that we are offering. Thank you very much. And let's proceed on to the tutorial and see what we have on conditionals. So proceeding on, I have made a very short design of this simple example. So say for instance, you want to go to school in the morning today and you want to determine whether you have to wear a jacket or you have to take an umbrella or not. You look at the weather, isn't it? And after looking at the weather is going to control what you have to wear and what you have not to wear. So this is why we have this diagram. So for example, if the weather is raining and I am going to make it a jacket and a trousers and an umbrella. But if the weather is sunny, I'm going to wear shorts and a t-shirt. So conditional statements are important because here they are helping us in this instance to make a decision to determine what and what not to do. And you will find out that as we progress with our programming, conditional statements, they range from simple statements whereby you have to make maybe just two decisions, all the way to large or advanced statements, quite complex ones, whereby you have to make even more than one decision. That is to say, in such instances, you will be required not only to use if alone and else, but you'll be going to even use things like if else, or if elif, then else, and sometimes you'll be using if elif, else, according to the complexities of decisions that has to be made. So this is how conditional statements work. And in the next chart, I have this diagram, which is actually illustrating to us what actually is happening. So we have from start, we have an if statement, and from there we have a condition. And when the condition is met or not met, that's when we have either a true or a false. You remember the Booleans that we talked about in the previous session. Then sometimes you find that if the answer is true, then the code is going to execute this. And if the answer is false, then it's going to execute this and thereby ending the program. But there are instances whereby instead of just this, the decisions have to be made consistently, proceeding on. Like here we will have another board like here. Let me just make it short like this. So let me fill the color this way, and so we will have another board here. I can duplicate here this one and have another board here. I can put it with red. Yeah. So you see that until this last decision is made, we may have things like if, then from there we say elif, we execute this green, and elif, we execute this light blue, and elif, we execute maybe this red. Then else at last we execute this end block. So that will be determined by how many decisions have to be made. So in this regard, I can take you to the last chart whereby I would like to refer you to this. Conditional statements in Python, they can be also referred to as branching statements or decision-making statements. So this is where you see that in this chart or in this example, we have things like if statements, simple if statements. Then we have a little bit complex statements like if else statements. Then we can also go ahead to have things like if else statements. Then sometimes we can have if then else. Then we can even have what you call nested if statements, which are quite complex, and you can be using these ones when you are doing things like game development and complex writing complex programs where a lot of decisions have to be involved or have to be made. So right away from this one, let's rush away and get started with programming, demonstrating how these if statements work. Let's actually create a new file and name it conditionals_1, because we are going to have maybe quite a lot of examples of conditionals. So conditionals_1.py. Then so we want to first create a variable, because I hope you still remember. And the good thing about this advanced topic is that we are going to now consistently refer to the previous topics and joining the previous topics with the current topics, and thereby writing complex programs according to the previous chart we actually shown. Then we need now to determine based on the weather. So we write a variable called weather is equals to, and our weather is going to be sunny. So if our weather is going to be sunny, then now we are going to begin to write an if statement. If weather is equal, remember the assignment operator that we talked about in the previous, then we say sunny. Then what do we need to do? We write a colon. This colon is very important because it's kind of like it's one of the things that is going to say, now do this. Okay, so we hit enter. As soon as we hit enter, you see that there is an indentation. If you can still remember from the previous videos, we talked about the indentation, the white spaces, how to put up these ones. In Python, it's a rule that you always have to have these 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we said the fastest way to have these 4 spaces, instead of pressing the white or the space bar, is to simply press the tab key on your keyboard. And then we say print. Now we want to tell the program to print something. If this condition is met, then we say we are going to wear a jacket. Okay? Sorry, if it is sunny, we are going to wear a shorts, and what? And t-shirts. Okay. My spelling, carry on that. And then we have 2 decisions to make. So else, then we want to execute another one. So for else to be met, this else statement is not coming to fall under the code block of the print. So we have to press a backspace to actually come back to the margin so that we are able to determine again. Then we press enter after putting a colon, because a colon is kind of like it's asking, is this condition met? Then we say print. Then we say, if this is a print function, so we are going to say, wear, what are we going to wear? We are going to wear a jacket because it's raining and it's also clouds, and we are going to put a jacket and a trouser. Okay, so we say, sorry, spelling trousers. Then, and umbrella, and umbrella. So you see, this is how simple conditional statements work. So if we are to print out this one, let's print it and see what the results are going to be. All right, the answer is saying wear shorts and a trouser. Why? Because it's sunny. Then, say for instance, it's not sunny. So let's choose the weather to be cloudy. Okay, let's choose the weather to be cloudy over here. Then let's run the program. Can you see what comes out? Wear a jacket, trousers, and umbrella. So the weather here is determining our decision making. The weather here is determining what we have to wear and what we have not to wear. So this is how conditional statements work. As simple as that. We can also get advanced, but before we get advanced, let me try to also actually elaborate on making an explanation of what is going on here. In this example, the variable weather is set to sunny at first, as we have done here. We said sunny. The reason it is set to sunny, and the if statement now is checking the weather. If the weather is equal to sunny, then it says wear shorts and a t-shirt. But if the weather is not equal, that is when we had cloud, then it tells the person to wear what? To wear a jacket and trousers. So say for instance, maybe you want to automate something. It's a coffee maker, and you want to automate it, maybe either to make coffee or juice. So we can say if the weather is sunny, we say to the coffee maker, make juice, make apple juice, juice. But if the weather is cloudy, we say to the coffee maker, make what? Make tea. No, let's say make coffee. You see. So what is happening here is we are actually being taught to what and what not to do because of the weather. I cannot drink coffee which is hot when it's sunny, so I want juicy. So the juice, the coffee maker is going to make juice for me,